Hi there, Pisces. Welcome to your mid-May 2020 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. Alrighty then, let's see. Just shuffling the cards. I want to shuffle extra this time because I had a little bit of, I get these cards. Somebody calls them stuck cards. Where, another reader was talking about this, where you keep getting the, speaking of stuck cards, they literally were stuck together, so I'm putting this as the past position together, where they get the same cards over and over again, even after you shuffle. And it's kind of interesting. Oh my gosh, lots of swords. So either lots of drama or air signs. But air signs can cause you drama too. I wonder how many of you, I'm going to pick this one because it seemed like I wanted to. All right, okay. I wonder how many Pisces are attracted to Libra, because I was just noting this in a prior, I don't know, video or something, where I was, Libra and Pisces are called in conjunctions. They're 150 degrees apart, and what that means is that they're very kind of weirdly different, and therefore I don't know how to say incongruous, I think you would say, where they just don't fit. Now, of course, that's not true, because people get together who are every possible combination, but there's going to be a lot of adjustments that have to be made for these two signs. However, they're talking about how weird it is, and it has to do with the disparate elements. Your water and their air. So the point being that water and air are so different. And, of course, Gemini is an air sign. And Gemini and you have something in common. You're both mutable signs. So that's where I'm going with this, is that when you don't have that kind of anything in common, that's what we would say an inconjunction is like. And yet you do have things in common. Both of you are very artistic, or at least appreciators of art. So, and both of you tend to be very kind-hearted, don't want to make waves, don't want people to be mad at you and all that good stuff. So, or challenging, depending on the situation, I guess. So it just goes to show that even signs that are supposed to be really different can be very similar in certain ways. Now, let's just, let's go through this and see what this could be. The heart of the matter is the Queen of Swords. Whenever I see her these days, I think of somebody who, Queen is water, and you certainly are water, and you could have air. You could have Mercury in Aquarius for all I know. But the point is that you may be trying to be detached about something and trying to make a decision, but it's like your emotions, you have to kind of fend them off because they keep creeping in. This is especially going to be true for a Pisces person because you are a water sign. So emotions come natural to you. You're very empathic, and even if something is bad for you, if you know that you would be hurting somebody's feelings, that's the worst thing in the world for you, because you love making people happy, and the last thing you want to do is to hurt somebody. Looking at what this could be about in the past position, we have two cards that I said were kind of stuck together, but I haven't been getting these cards lately, so this is nice to see. Now, the Tower card came out with the Knight of Cups. This could be like love at first sight. If you met somebody, and this would be a very romantic person, could it be? I don't know if the Knight of Cups is connected to a particular water sign. If you know that, which astrological, I was going to say setting, sign, placement this represents, please let me know, write about it. But this person may have come out of the blue and it was like love at first sight. They are very romantic. The water signs besides Pisces are Cancer, and Scorpio. Do I think a Scorpio person could be like this? Possibly. Cancer, to me, is more likely. I think Cancers are more overtly romantic than Scorpios, but certainly Scorpios are very passionate. So who knows? But this person you may have met at an open mic. If you are somebody who likes to sing and likes to maybe recite poetry, this kind of thing, artistic endeavors, artistic hobbies. This person you may have met, and you may already have a partner, and that's what is problematic. Now, the higher message is the Knight of Swords. This is supposed to be the spiritual message. So the Knight of Swords can describe this type of person, if this is your current partner, and say, look at what their characteristics are. This person may be very blunt in speech. This is fire and air energy. But I would say predominantly air because it is swords. But who knows? Maybe it's half and half. So the two, like the fire and the air signs that square you off, we have for fire would be Sag, and for air it would be Gemini. Both of these signs can be very blunt, especially Sag. Gemini may do it just because they have verbal diarrhea. But this person may hurt your feelings unintentionally, I'm sure, a lot of times. And they may be the kind of person who's not a very stable person, who is in and out of your life anyway. And some of you may find that intriguing in your own way because you have a tendency to, you might have a tendency to go after the person who isn't really right for you. Why do you do this? Oh, look to your Neptune, your ruling planet, and see what aspects. If you have Venus square Neptune, as I see all the time, or the Moon square Neptune, hell, even having the Sun in Pisces can do this. Because you tend to see what you want to see. That's why. And this is something that has to be really looked at. So if you have a choice to make, if you've met somebody new, make sure that you're not being fickle, because sometimes Pisces, I say, love the one you're with. Should be the motto of Pisces, because sometimes that's how you are. Where it's like whatever environment, you're very impressionable to your environment, and that could include meeting somebody new and being swept off your feet. But this, the Tower card, that to me could be a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Where you really... Now, this is in the past position, the Tower, so if it is love at first sight, that can be something that, you know, is like a soulmate or something, okay? And, oh, yes. You know, Venus, as I record this, Venus is going retrograde tomorrow. So, retrograde, you know, usually we think of somebody from our past in this lifetime, but what about in another lifetime? You know, you never know. So, depending on how this plays out for you. But I did get those cards in the past position, so maybe this has already happened. What crosses you is the Page of Swords. Do not lose your ability to be discerning. If you have met somebody and you're just going gaga over them, do your homework. Pay attention to their behavior. Sometimes people can be too good to be true. They try to be like the Knight of Cups. They try to be this perfect specimen. And really, that could be a con artist. Anybody who needs to put on an act. Like I said, I with the fact that it came out with the Tower card, I think this could be the real deal. But with the Page of Swords in the challenge position, what I would say too is if you're involved with a person who might be like an air sign, especially like I would say like a Gemini, this person might be problems for you, like in your life. Like if you're thinking of staying with them, you probably have already had issues. And they may be immature about this. So you're going to have to really decide how you're going to handle this. We do have in the, what's coming in is that Seven of Wands. This is a defensive posture. But this is about standing your ground. So if this person, if this Page of Swords is kind of like trying to intimidate you in some way through like kind of getting inside of your head, playing mind games, gaslighting you, you have to be one step ahead of them. And I think even with the Knight of Swords, this could be about speaking your truth and not defending yourself per se. Because the Seven of Wands can be like that person who feels like they have to defend themselves. And my feeling is no, you don't. All you have to do is state your intention. And just like that's it, you know, the end of story. If they are somebody who is, you know, trying to imply that you have to be, you know, that you owe them in some way, that you have to be with them, and they're getting like very childish about this, that's on them. Chances are you already had problems with them, so don't like get into the trap of having to defend yourself. I think Pisces does do this sometimes, where you feel like you have to give reasons and make your case to somebody. No, you're a sovereign soul. You don't have to do any of that unless you want to. But don't get, if somebody is kind of a manipulator, a mental manipulator, don't get caught up in that, because they're going to try to get you to think that you have to justify yourself. And you so do not have to do that. The outcome is the World card. This is the end of an era, the end of a cycle in your life. This is, you know, they call this graduation day. She's holding those batons. So, I even think that for some people, because I was thinking of the Knight of Swords, that this is about teaching and things like that. But I think that you're looking for a decision to make. Maybe you have a job offer or some kind of an offer that has a creative or a healing element to it, and you're trying to be so analytical instead of like tuning into this change in your life. And this may be something that came out of the blue for you. So it might feel like, oh, I shouldn't even think about it because it came out of nowhere and you don't feel prepared to deal with it, but you should at least consider it, because it might be exactly where you need to be. Okay, that's what I have for you, Pisces. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would like you know, like a natal chart interpretation, I'm primarily an astrologer, even though I do a lot of YouTube tarot readings. And I really love astrology. I feel that it can offer so much in the way of helping us to understand ourselves and to evolve. I would love to read for you. If you're interested, my website is rainandmoonastrology.com, and I have the link to my online store below this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.